Today, we're embarking on a fascinating exploration into the world of practical philosophy. We're taking a fresh, modern look at ancient Stoic principles, those age-old nuggets of wisdom that are still as relevant today as they were in ancient Greece and Rome. Imagine a future where your life is full of purpose, joy, and plenty. Every morning, you wake up feeling excited and ready to tackle whatever comes your way. Now bring that picture into the present moment as you watch this video. Picture yourself letting go of harmful habits and replacing them with ones that will push you towards success, following the principles of Stoic philosophy. This philosophy believes that people can control their destiny by their thoughts, actions, and choices. By adopting good habits and ditching bad ones, you can build a life of wisdom, peace, and virtue. Remember what Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So start making changes now by getting rid of bad habits. And keep in mind that small beginnings lead to great outcomes. Let's do this. Number 1, excessive materialism. People often think having a lot of stuff and chasing after wealth is the key to being happy and successful nowadays. But some wise folks, the Stoics, say this can make you feel unsatisfied and take away from what really matters in life. They believe focusing on experiences, relationships, and personal growth is the way to go instead of going after a bunch of things. To get over this obsession with stuff, one way is to think differently about what's truly important. Rather than caring a lot about flashy things or how high up you are in society, it's better to work on inner qualities like being wise, brave, fair, and self-controlled. That way, you'll find a deeper kind of happiness that you can't get from just buying things. Another way to deal with this "I want more stuff" feeling is to simplify your life. That could mean having fewer things, spending less money, and being content with what you have. By doing this, you'll stop caring so much about having lots of stuff and focus more on experiences and relationships that really make you happy. It's good to remember that having things isn't bad on its own. It's when you get super attached to them that it becomes a problem. To handle this, try not to get too hung up on your possessions. Understand that they won't last forever and that they're just tools, not what makes you who you are. Number 2, seeking external validation. Wanting others to approve of you is something a lot of us deal with. It can feel good to have people say nice things about us or give us the thumbs up. But relying too much on what others think can mess with our heads. When we always need their approval, it means our happiness depends on them. And that's not great. It makes us feel shaky and not happy when they're not around or don't agree with us. Some old-school thinking called Stoic philosophy says it's better to give yourself a pat on the back. Instead of looking for high fives from others, these folks say we should work on making ourselves strong from the inside. That means focusing on being smart, brave, fair, and all those good things. When we do that, we feel good about ourselves without needing others to say so. It helps us stay happy even when things aren't going great or when people don't like what we do. Also, always needing people to say we're cool can mess up how we get along with them. It might make them think we're too clingy or not sure of ourselves. That's a surefire way to make our relationships not so good. But if we work on improving ourselves, it helps us build better relationships. We get to have honest and respectful connections with others. In short, needing others to tell us we're awesome can mess up our head, our relationships, and how happy we feel overall. But if we learn from the Stoics and focus on building ourselves up from the inside, we can find real happiness without relying on others' opinions all the time. Number 3, rumination. Think about this common behavior, dwelling on past errors or fretting about what's to come. It's called rumination, and it can mess with how we feel a lot. When we ruminate, we get stuck in gloomy thoughts, feeling bad about things we did or feeling anxious about things that haven't happened yet. This keeps us from moving forward and enjoying the present. One way to deal with this is by being mindful. being aware of what's happening right now without letting past stuff or future worries take over. Mindfulness helps us let go of the past and stop stressing about what might happen. Instead, it's about focusing on the here and now, staying calm and clear-headed. Being mindful means paying attention to our senses, thoughts, and feelings without judging them. We observe what's going on in our heads without getting too tangled up in it all. This helps us understand how we think and feel, which makes it easier to manage our thoughts and emotions. This way, we can stop those negative thoughts from taking over so much. Another trick is to concentrate on what we can control. We can't change what's already happened or predict the future, but we can decide how we react to things. Stoicism talks about this, reminding us that instead of getting stuck on past mistakes or future worries, focusing on our actions and choices can help us feel less stressed and anxious. Number 4, don't fear change. It can be tough to accept change, especially if you're used to your usual routines and habits. But sometimes, change is necessary for you to grow and get better. Many successful people say they got to where they are by taking risks and being open to change. So, how can you stop being afraid of change? First, it's important to know that change isn't something to fear. Instead, it's a chance for you to learn and grow. Trying new things can help you discover more about yourself. Stepping out of what's comfortable can also make you stronger and more confident. One way to deal with the fear of change is to start with small steps. Instead of making big changes right away, try changing small things in your daily routine or habits. Maybe try a different workout or eat something new. When you see these small changes making your life better, you'll start to trust yourself more. Another helpful way is to focus on how change can make things better for you. Think about what good things might happen if you embrace change. How could it make your life or career better? Imagining these good outcomes can keep you motivated while things are changing. Lastly, remember that change takes time. It's not something that happens all at once. It can take a while to get used to new things. But if you're patient and keep trying, you can get over your fear of change and do well in new situations. Be kind to yourself while things are changing and don't be scared to ask for help from friends, family, or professionals. Number 5, stop worrying about the trivial. Stop stressing about the little things. One of the worst habits many folks deal with is worrying too much about unimportant stuff. This constant worry comes from all sorts of places like social media, news, gossip, or our own insecurities. But it's crucial to know that a lot of this info doesn't really add to our happiness. Stoicism teaches us to spend our time and energy on important stuff instead of getting stuck on useless worries. By thinking like a Stoic, we can focus on what truly matters and ignore the distractions. That doesn't mean shutting ourselves away. It means choosing what to engage with and keeping our inner calm. To break this habit, we start by figuring out where we waste energy on stuff that doesn't matter much. Maybe it's constantly checking messages, worrying about the future, or feeling bad about past mistakes. Once we spot these habits, we can challenge them using Stoic thinking. We ask ourselves if these worries will actually matter in the long run and if they match our values and goals. Another trick is setting limits on our time and attention. We can avoid things that stress us out, like certain social media or too much TV, and make room for thinking and being mindful. This helps us find inner peace and handle unexpected problems better. The key to ditching this habit is understanding what's truly important. When we embrace a Stoic view, we put our energy into things that make us grow, bring joy, and connect with others. With practice, we can train our minds and hearts to live more authentically and purposefully. If you found any of this helpful or thought-provoking, give that thumbs up button a little tap. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way, you won't miss out on any more practical tips and life hacks we've got lined up for you. See you next time.